You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time. Hello and welcome. On this program, we bring you only the biggest entertainment stories. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, and I'm here with the insightful Elsie Godwin and the frank and forthright Ife Oshunkeye. Hello, you two.
What's popping?
So we've resumed our English 101.
Oh, you don't want it permanently?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you've not done it in a while.
I don't want to be predictable, I take my days and time to, do it, okay. And today I was just like, let's just do a little. And then there's coming the day when I will do, extra sauce. So
extra sauce. You just sounded like a chef. But it's nice.
Or more stew.
Yeah, more stew.
More stew. Speaking of more stew, your lips, your clothes, your hair. What's going on?
I'm only splashing stew on this table. You refuse to recognize my stewism. It's fine. It's fine.
Tell us your special ingredients for your stew.
Nah, it's classified.
Oops. Okay.
Above my pay grade, eh?
Are you trying to shade yourself?
Okay, so I think we should move on to today's stories. We've got scoop on Peter Okoye, Dennis Brown, Viola Davis, and more. Yes. All right, you know what? We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I will be bringing you the main stories of the day. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
No talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. So moving on to today's major headlines, we've actually got scoop on Jay-Z, Duncan Mighty, Adekunle Gold, and much more. All that with all of the analysis right here, right now. And we're starting off with Duncan Mighty, who says to Sowore, you need someone like me as your running mate. So when I had a look at this story, I was like, seriously, what is he talking about? Let's have a quick look, because I'm like, how can someone, who... Anyway, the reason why he's saying this is because of his vice president, the second... what's this called now? Rabiu, exactly. And that he only has 15 pictures on his Instagram page, and that, he needs someone with more social presence, But I'm like, at the end of the day, is being the second person in charge, all about social media and what you're doing on social media. And if you've only posted one photo or 15 photos or 1,000 photos, is it all about that at the end of the day? Because I'm like, seriously, if it's all about hype, then at the end of the day, so many other celebrities out there can actually be the one that can be the running mates, not even just for Sowore.
Okay, I had the same thoughts when I started reading what he wrote, but when I got towards the end, I understood where he's coming from. He was saying this man is supposed to be a doctor, a health practitioner, and I mean, whether we like it or not, social media is playing a huge role in the lives of everyone, everywhere in the world right now, and it is highly important that Africans catch up with that, especially Nigeria, and the government should pay attention to these platforms. Now, when you're talking about health, at least I know of health influencers that is actually their job right now, to use social media to educate. It doesn't mean that they are not practicing doctors. They are practicing doctors, but they take out time from their busy schedule to create posts, break them down in a way that the layman on social media will understand these medical terms, and they're doing a lot with that. So being Sowore's running mate, and the Sowore we know is someone that has one of the biggest media platforms in Nigeria. He's going everywhere, doing everything he's doing and putting it out there for people to see. So even if it's just him reposting what Sowore posted on it, it doesn't really have to talk much, but even if you're just reposting the 1,000 posts that Sowore has put out there about his campaign, about what he hopes to achieve, you know, that would show a level of support rather than having a page that is not even responsive to your own professional field, not to talk of the zeal to want to become a president, I mean a vice president. Yes, so I was thinking from that angle until I got to the end where he explained the number of posts that Sowore has made and the number of posts that his running mate has made. You know?
Okay. Yeah. All right, Elsie, in as much as, you know, I understand exactly where you're coming from and where he's coming from, I still feel at the end of the day, but before you jump on my...
No, I know it's not just about social media, but let's not take that away that it's vital.
It is one
vital.
of the...
So,
but I mean, what I'm saying is that
if
you're
a running mate to a Sowore, then it means that I've not really dug into Rabiu, right? I've not dug into him to know his age or what he does, but it means that he's probably the same age grade with Sowore, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it means that we are looking at us having someone that is younger than what we have now in Buhari, a millennial who understands the plight of Nigerians and even understands those at the grassroots level.
Okay, Elsie, before we argue back and forth, let's hear what Ife has to say.
I'm going to refer back to what Elsie said yesterday when we were talking about Lanie, that, okay, the reason why he's pulling out is because someone like him can't be on such a platform and not be able to make an impact. So now, social media is out there for you to make an impact. Now, these are the same problems we're saying about manifestos and things like that. Now, this is the place where you convince people. This is where you get to interact with your followers, with the people that believe in your dreams. So what Duncan Mighty was trying to say was speak about the health sector, speak about what you can do, speak about the challenges, speak about things like that on your social media. So it's, at the end of the day, you may be correct that it's not about social media, but it's a driving tool towards achieving your goal at the end of the day. They were not even selected for the vice presidential debate and all of that. But maybe if their presence on social media, if they have created some crazy awareness, if they have done, maybe something might have been done about that and they might have been included. Because if you look at it, they are part of the top 3 parties running this year.
I'm saying is, guys, can we not respect someone's decision if and when they choose to use social media? We're talking about
when you are in the social, when you're in the public light, social media is very important.
No, for entertainers, yes, but not necessarily politics.
He is, okay, now he's a health person and he has social media. If he's not interested in social media at all, we won't even find the handle. Not talk of coming to say, oh, you have 15 posts. You have the handle. You don't necessarily have to be the one posting this thing. It's for you to give people direction and they understand what you use your platform to promote.
That's what I'm saying. What if he chooses not to?
What
that's what I'm saying.
You can't blame him for that. Somebody to manage the social media.
If he wants it to be done that way, he would have like a PR team and that would do it on a regular.
Shouldn't he have that?
What I'm saying is that we should give him room for that. If he chooses not to, then we should respect that. And don't forget, he's not the king. That's the thing. I'm making it table
because the presidential, vice presidential debate has gone through now, and we did not hear from him. So as far as I'm concerned, he's just a figurehead running by Sowore. Now, Sowore is going around giving interviews, saying a whole lot. He is not doing anything. I've not heard him saying anything. And if you can't even use social media that is available to everyone to say something, then I understand where Duncan Mighty is coming from.
All right. I think the both of you are on the same page here. No problem. But I think we should move on to our next story, which is regarding Simi and Adekunle Gold. If you've not heard that, the both of them are engaged and had a low-key wedding introduction ceremony. How true that is, no one has been able to confirm. Oh, okay. Perhaps you may know because
she was the one that told me
this earlier,
that
and I said on this show, I said they have done mommy more. Yeah, they are engaged and they've done the introduction and all that. So this news coming out now, I don't think that thing happened on Saturday. Now this is my opinion. It is just, they've done the kissing on the stage and they just wanted to put out an official, something that looks a bit official and all that. But I think all this has been done in the past and they are just coming out now. So it's not a surprise to me. So
Exactly.
I think Ife and Tokumbo
Yeah.
should be having the opinion.
Okay, but if let me even ask, do you think, let's say, like from what you said, or let's just say, okay, it is true, do you think this relationship has gone on long enough to end in marriage?
Of course, because I didn't even know there was
The
a
relationship
to
has been
start
before
with.
you even knew there's an Adekunle Gold and there's a Simi. Like,
Oh,
it's been a long
this is
time.
inside scoop, guys. This is inside
so
scoop.
before they became stars.
Yes.
Even while everybody was spreading the rumor about Fowles and Simi, it was Adekunle Gold and Simi.
Right from the get-go. This is exclusive information. I like it when we get things like that.
So
Elsie,
can we
well done.
quote you?
Yes, we can quote Elsie. Yes, Elsie said right from the
I did not
get-go.
say.
Well, so this would be like perfect. It would be like the perfect fairy tale ending, where two people who don't know what their future is, in terms of the kind of mark that they will make in music,
okay.
Exactly. And then it works out well that this one has a name in the music industry, this one has a name, and the both of them are together now. I think it's a wonderful icing on the cake for both of them.
It is. I love their relationship. And another inside J, so let me use inside J so you will not quote me, states that both of them actually works on each other's song together.
Yeah, we knew that.
Simi is a sound engineer, so she works on most of his songs and they work on it together.
And
So
then
it's a
they
beautiful
both write
relationship.
lyrics for each other
they
as
do.
well.
So it's a long time coming. A long time coming.
Okay, so if this has, when do you think, like, if this is true, when do we think, like, the white wedding will do? Like, I'm saying
but
this
for
year or
them
next
to
year.
allow this come out now. I want to believe they want to
It'll be quick.
probably get there soon. So yeah.
So maybe early
I
January.
don't know why
Not
you guys
really
are saying for
January,
them to
probably
let
next
this
year.
come out now, because it's only one blog site that reported this.
That's
and
what
even
I'm
that
saying.
blog
That's why we
site
don't
said
yet
that
know.
when the pictures get
What
out...
block size is that?
We don't have to mention.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was
But I'm
only
just
one.
saying,
Yeah.
it's only one blog site
Yeah.
that mentioned it, and all the other blogs are
Carried it
referring to that
that word.
particular blog
You
site.
keep referring, and that's how news come out. If you want something to
Yes,
break
so,
and it's a big news,
well,
it's not on one platform and
until
it's to move
I went to
around.
Adekunle Gold's page, I went to Simi's page. I didn't
Nobody
see
said anything,
Like,
exactly.
I didn't even see them dressed
But
in
you
any
know they've been
traditional
together for a very long
I
time.
didn't know.
And
You
kept it
told
from the
me a few
media.
weeks
Yeah, but
ago.
if,
So they don't
if,
want
but
that
at the end of the day,
public
the
opinion in
article
their
did say that they
relationship.
that they
That
said
there was
no
no
one, no
picture.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well,
Believe it
I
or
don't.
not,
I
they're
don't know.
lovebirds.
I don't know.
But you know that these things
Until they
don't
confirm
stay. Yes, on these things don't stay. Hidden for too long. Before you know it, one person.
Do you know how many times
one.
Simi said no, she's not dating Adekunle Gold, that she's not dating Fowles, she's not dating. So maybe
Because
Simi,
they did not want the
The whole-
relationship to be out there.
Yeah, and it's like the way they've gone
Then-
hiding
and
this.
they bring in so many scrutiny. She posts, I mean, most Twitter followers know that they have a thing together.
Yeah.
So there are times that can I remember the lyrics of Adekunle Gold's song where he said, my baby's chest doesn't feel like home anymore, something like that. There's one of his songs. And then Simi tweeted and quoted and said, yeah. And everybody replied and like, calm down, it's just a song. So most people knew about this relationship. I'm surprised that a lot don't know, but a whole lot of people knew about it.
Okay, let me ask you, because like there's a lot of secrecy, a lot of rap, a lot of underground stuff. Who do you think is actually trying to hold on to, who is trying to keep it under wraps? Who is the person out of the two of them?
I think it's a joint agreement.
Yeah, that
Because
they understand each other.
It's better for their brand for now.
All right. On that note, we need to take a quick break, but still to come, we'll be talking about Bolanle Ninolowo right after this break. It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity?
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got 2 of the hottest topics currently trending on social media.
If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Up next, We're still going on good news, and we're going to be talking about actor Bolanle Ninolowo, who reunites with his wife in the United States of America. So this is another good news apart from the engagement that we talked about earlier. So apparently there's been a lot of back and forth regarding Ninolowo and his wife. You know, they've had like arguments, they've, you know, been away for so long, and then all of a sudden we hear that, you know, he's gone back there, reconciled with the wife, and that they're back together. So this is good news.
It is.
Yeah, so what say you about this whole story?
I hope they're able to work it out and stay together if it makes both of them happy.
I think they've worked it out, if they're back together now.
I don't know, because Bolanle has given interviews that his opinions on those interviews would give you the feeling that he's not ready to be in a relationship where you expect him not to cheat. You know, so I really don't know, but I hope they work it out well.
Okay, Ifa?
Well, I think this is all speculations because at the end of the day, like she said, Bolanle has given interviews where, granted interviews where he said it's in a toxic relationship with the mother of his kids, and she wasn't even his wife for a long time, and then they're not even married. To start with.
Wow, so she's a baby
He only
mama.
married her on paper to take her to the States because he was in the States and he met her when he visited Nigeria.
No, if they married on paper, then they are married.
Well,
legally.
he was hoping that they could do the official wedding.
They're married.
They are married.
Okay. If that's how you guys want to see it, but
no, anything is marriage once there's paper involved.
Okay, they're married, fine, but they haven't done like the white wedding and they've been away for so long. And then before he even revealed about they already had 2 kids. One was 11 and one was 9 before we even knew Nino was married to anyone. So the fact that they've been having good communication with the kids and with the lady. So he went to America and he did a video with her. It doesn't mean they've reconciled. It doesn't mean they're coming back together as man and wife. You get what I mean?
I mean, they have children together.
Until they both confirm that, yes, they have kids together, so obviously they're supposed to be seen together. He obviously has to travel to see his kids. This is the festive period. Of course, he wants to spend Christmas with his kids.
I have a question
No, but
for
the thing
you.
is, in the pictures that I saw, he wasn't posting pictures just of him and his kids. That I saw as well.
No, he posted a video where she even pecked them on the cheek.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm saying he's spending time not just with the children, but with her as well.
Yeah, and they were at a mart or something, and they were trying to they were buying stuff, groceries. So it doesn't matter.
Are you saying if I have a secret marriage on paper, you will not consider that as me getting married until I have the wedding?
Exactly.
No, because
I wanted to bring that up.
I was going to, okay, the reason why I said that was...
Because I think that's what I might do in my life. So I need to be sure
what you think. The reason I said that was because
Nino
actually said that he married her on paper so that she could come over to the state, hoping that in future they can have the real thing. So he himself doesn't even see it as the real thing.
He's looking at it from Bolanle's
view. Yes.
No, but regardless of what he thinks, he's technically married.
Well,
yes.
Regardless of what you think, Bolanle does not think he's married.
He doesn't by law.
His opinions on relationships can be very disturbing. So I don't know where this will go to, but I wish them well.
Because if he takes this to law, they will say, technically speaking, you're married. Anyway, I think we should move on to our next story, which is also another good story. It's regarding Kylie Jenner, who ties in with Jay-Z on America's Wealthiest Celebrities list 2018. So good news again, but I think we've always known like what Kylie Jenner has always done in terms of, you know, because she already came out, you know, on the list as one of the self-made women with 900 million. She's still on that list. She's tying in with Jay-Z at number 5 on the list. So she's done very well indeed.
Yeah, very, very well. And I'm really, really proud of her because she's just how old? I think 21?
22.
22, right? Yes, and then she's tying with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z has like streams of businesses running, and then she has 100% ownership to her cosmetic label. So I think that's a smart young girl, and then you have to be proud of her. But at the end of the day, she can only go up from here.
Exactly. You know when we
But
talk
you know
about
what
her the last
bothers
time,
me?
Okay.
She's been on 900 million for like 4 months.
The thing is, you know they do it calculated year by year. They're not going to do it now until next year when the value will change. Yeah. So whatever has accrued onto that 900 million that has done, they won't know that it will reflect next year.
So she'll be a billionaire by next year.
Exactly. You know, even when Forbes carried it the first time, they were saying she was tipped for $1 billion. So don't be surprised that she has even made that. But I'm sure it will be, the investigations will reflect next year. Yes. So, I've lost my train of thought. I was going to ask something now, but it has just gone right over my head.
Okay, for me, I like picking lessons from everything. Of course, I noticed that this year's list, the accumulative total figure is way higher than the previous two. Yeah, and I like the transparency in their way of life. Like, if you tell me Jay-Z what's this, they're easily going to tell you has investment is this, he has investment in this is where his money is coming from, and then it makes sense to you. Now compare that to our celebrities here. The transparency is just missing. You do not see anything. All you know is that, this person bought a Toyota this, and you can't I'm not shaking anything, but you can't even pin it and say, this is the business and this is the work of this
let me just
business
quickly say,
able to make them afford this.
But they're not on the Forbes list.
I'm just saying, even if there's a list, even if
let me clarify
in Nigeria, though.
But you know there are two different societies. Their society is different. And then, you know, these guys are not the ones that are actually coming out to say this is what they have, this is what they have. These are, you know, Forbes is the one carrying out the investigation, you know, based on the possessions and assets that they have.
Anybody that wants to carry out investigations now on these our people, do you think there's really any figure anywhere,
because the systems that we have
put together and make things
Elsie, you're not listening.
Do you think anybody will even let them
I'm hoping that our system
figures
gets to that point
where they will say their village people will come for them when they review their figures.
It's been done for, there was a list that came out on the most richest comedians in Nigeria where Alibaba was topping Basket Mouth, AY, you know. It wasn't broken down this way. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Because nobody has that time to do that research, and then you will not even find appropriate information.
You guys are actually wrong because they've done so many. You've seen wealthiest pop artists in Nigeria where
they broke down how they got
how do we break it down? And then who are the forensic accountants that actually check everything?
They get endorsements with this, but they are not going to review the figures. Exactly. The same way they are not revealing the figures. They're telling you Jay-Z has deals with Tidal, he has deals with this, he has deals with Rock Nation. But are they telling you how much he's making from those? They're not. But when they're telling you, okay, Whiskey, David Doe and the rest are the top artists in Nigeria, they will tell you they have endorsement with C-Rock, they have.
You will be able to read through and know, okay, this business generated this.
How would you know? Because they're not giving you figures.
Even at the end of the day, it's not what generates that matter, it's their worth at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's what
and
their
I hope you guys know that it is not, they're also calculating assets as well.
Of course, including Jay-Z's paintings. He has a lot of paintings. All of that was taken into consideration. I know, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. We're on the same page.
I'm just saying, we should be able to
do that here.
Things like this here.
That's
way
what I'm saying.
encourages.
The
They want to be role models by force, you know. So these things makes you a better role model because I can know, you invested in this and it works for you. Then I can now go back and say, let me research in this line of business and see if there's any crumbs for me. I mean, it might not be the million they are making, you know. So it's part of their motivational story.
Okay, it's time to wrap up, but before I do, Ife, final thoughts, because you don't seem like you are in agreement with Elsie.
No, I'm just saying that, look, these things have been done in Nigeria. They've called out, and we've made different lists, but we just need to, maybe you're saying we should have a standard.
No, what else is saying is that it's not in detail like the one you said.
That's what I'm saying. That maybe we should have a standard body like Forbes list that will be giving us accurate information.
Accurate information. All right, precisely. All right, so that's what we're going to wrap up this morning. Join us later today when we'll be back to have more entertainment talk. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, Ife and Elsie. I also have to thank the all-inclusive production team as well. Not forgetting our stylist, Getsi Kudis Empire. I'm Duncan Mighty saying thanks for watching. And as they say goodbye in Swahili today, Kuaga.